the president of the Dallas Police Association is speaking out, saying that the shooting deaths of two sisters at Texas A&M Commerce could have been prevented. Aaron Jones, live for us in Dallas County at the jail to tell us why. Aaron?
Doug, DPA President Mike Motta says last week Jacques Smith should have never walked out of this jail the way he did after he was arrested for assaulting his ex-girlfriend Abbaney Matts. He was given a $15,000 bond, and Motta says it should have been a lot higher than this given his violent criminal history, including 2 aggravated robbery charges that were later pled down to theft and charges for aggravated robbery evading arrest. Smith was on probation at the time of his arrest last week. An arrest warrant was being worked up for violating it, but before it was issued, he bonded out of jail.
You cannot tell me that there is any justification for a guy that has committed 4 prior violent felonies to be given a $1,500 cash bond release. And this guy got out before that warrant could be activated. When we see something that's broke, the Dallas County justice system has a duty to fix it.
And right now, Smith is in the Hunt County Jail on $2 million bond. This is both for the Texas A&M Commerce murders as well as another murder out of Denton. Reporting live in Dallas, Aaron Jones, CBS 11 News.
A father is left asking one question. How do you lose both your daughters at the same time? Not in different places, not in different years, the same room, the same moment. And somehow, a 2-year-old child is the only one who makes it out alive. Make it make sense, because the man accused of doing this had already warned them. He said what he was going to do, and then he was let back outside. Before any of this made the news, before the police tape and headlines, there were just 2 sisters living their lives. Deja was 19, focused, quiet, the type to actually follow through on what she said she wanted. She was in college, studying public health, already talking about becoming a nurse. She had direction. Abony, her older sister, was 20. Different path, same drive. She was working as a dental assistant, building her life step by step. And more importantly, she was a mother. Her son Alan was just 2 years old. That little boy went everywhere with her. If you saw Abony, you saw him. That was a package deal. And then there was their bond. These weren't just sisters who checked in once in a while. They were together, always. Same events, same spaces, same energy. You see one, the other is not far behind. That kind of closeness, you don't fake that. But while everything looked normal on the outside, one part of Abony's life was already shifting in a direction nobody could ignore. She had been in a relationship with a man named Jacques Dshawn Smith. At first, it looked like any other young relationship. Attention, time together, connection, but it didn't stay there. What came after was control, arguments, then violence, and not just one time either. This wasn't something that started suddenly. This was a pattern. He already had a history. Robberies, assaults, running from police, real charges, real violence. So when things started going left between them, it wasn't surprising, still dangerous, but not surprising. And when Abony decided she needed space, that's when everything escalated. Just days before the shooting, things got physical in a way that couldn't be ignored anymore. He attacked her, not just pushing or yelling. A lamp was used to hit her, a frying pan, over and over, then a knife. And with that knife came a clear message. I will kill you. No confusion, no guessing what that meant. She survived that attack, shaken, hurt, but alive. Police arrested him, and for a moment, it looked like something was finally going to stop him, but then came the part that changes everything. Bond, $15,000. That's it. That's all it took for him to walk back out. A man with a violent record, who had just attacked a woman and threatened her life, back outside within days. Oh, so now we just letting things go like that? And it gets worse. He was already on probation, which means there should have been a violation, something that kept him locked in. But instead, paperwork moved slowly, too slowly. While people were processing documents, he was already free, walking around like nothing happened. Meanwhile, life kept moving for the family. That same weekend, there was a birthday gathering. Food, laughter, kids running around. Normal, safe, at least it felt that way. Deja needed to head back to school. It was getting late, and the drive wasn't short. So Abony stepped in, like she always did. I'll ride with you. Simple, just making sure her sister got back safely. She brought Alan with her. It wasn't supposed to be anything serious, just one night, then back home. That's it. Nobody in that house thought this would be the last time they saw both of them alive. The drive to campus was just like any other. Long road, quiet stretches. Maybe they talked, maybe they didn't. But they were together, and that's what mattered. When they got to the dorm, it was late. Too late to turn around and drive back. So Abony decided to stay. Just one night, inside. That room, it was just the three of them. 2 sisters, and a child, and a door that would soon change everything. Monday afternoon, nothing about it stood out at first. Campus was moving like it always does. Students going to class, people walking through halls. Just another day inside that dorm room. We don't know exactly what they were doing. Maybe getting ready to leave, maybe talking about the drive back, maybe tending to Alan. Normal things. Until someone showed up at the door. There was no forced entry, no damage, no signs of someone breaking in, which means one thing. They opened it. They knew who was standing there. Security cameras later showed a man in a hoodie moving through the hallway. Calm, focused. He made his way to that floor, to that room, and not long after, he was seen leaving. Fast. That's when the gunshots happened. Inside that small space, everything changed in seconds. Shots fired at close range. No time to react, no time to run. Deja was hit. Abony was hit. Multiple times, they went down inside that room that was supposed to be safe. And in the middle of all of it, a child, Alan, 2 years old, a bullet struck his leg. He was caught right there in it, too young to understand what was happening, just there when it happened. And somehow, he survived. Across the hall another student noticed something strange. A hole in her wall, clean, straight through. A bullet had passed from one room into another. It even struck her calendar. She didn't know what had happened yet. She just knew something wasn't right. So she called 911. By the time officers got there, it was already over. Inside the room, they found both sisters, gone, and Alan, injured, but alive. He was rushed out for medical care. The campus went into lockdown almost immediately. Students were told to stay inside, doors locked, phones buzzing, messages spreading fast. Nobody knew exactly what was going on yet. Rumors started moving. Was it random? Was it targeted? Was the person still on campus? People were scared. Nobody had clear answers. But investigators were already working. They went straight to the surveillance footage, replaying that hallway, watching the man in the hoodie, tracking his movement in and out. They zoomed in, and that's when they got something important. A license plate? That plate led them to a location connected to Jacques Dshawn Smith. Now it was starting to come together. They moved fast, search warrants, evidence collection, trying to piece everything together before he had a chance to disappear. And while all of this was happening, license plate data, cell phone records, prior threats, and now links to another murder. Everything was pointing in one direction. He was charged with capital murder for the deaths of Deja and Abony.
Both of my daughters.
19-year-old Deja wanted to be a nurse. That's why she was in college. Her sister, 20-year-old Abony, was her best friend. The two died together in Deja's dorm room Monday afternoon. Abony's 2-year-old son, Alan, was shot in the leg. He survived. The family wanted us to show video of baby Alan so people could see just how cruel the person who did this really is.
I think it was like a coward move. I mean, if somebody would do something like that, you know what I'm saying? My daughters were fun, uplifting, had plenty of friends, nice folks, you know what I'm saying? They took both of my daughters.
Abony did not attend the college. She drove her sister back to school after a big family get-together over the weekend. She and baby Alan were only going to spend one night there.
Because they were just up here, my son had a birthday party, and they was all up here and went back, and this right here happened.
University Police Department of Skin.
Police did release a 911 call that was made by a student at the college saying there was a bullet hole in her dorm room.
And there's a hole through my wall, and and on the other side directly across, there's a nick in my calendar. So it looks like something was shot through the wall and hit my calendar.
Police arrested Abony's ex-boyfriend, 21-year-old Jacques Dshawn Smith, and he's been charged with capital murder. The girl's family says there had been relationship issues, but for now, they want the focus to be on these two beautiful sisters who were full of life and love.
It was just my little booze, my booze.
In Garland, I'm Rebecca Lopez.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
Madam Speaker, I rise today to honor survivors during National Gun Violence Survivors Week. Tragically this week, Sisters Deja and Abbaney Matts of Garland were killed, and Abbaney's toddler was injured at a shooting at Texas A&M Commerce University. The shooter was believed to be her ex-boyfriend and was recently charged with aggravated assault for attacking Abbaney. I send my deepest condolences to the Matts family. To honor the Matts and to underscore the need for action, I want to share a letter 6-year-old Cal of Rowlett sent me after the mass shootings in El Paso and Midland. He wrote, "When kids get shot, that's less friends to play with. When I grow up, I don't want to hear about any more on the news about people being killed with guns. What are you going to do to make us safer? I want my son, Jordan, and kids like Cal to grow up without fear of gun violence. I call on the Senate to act and pass the bipartisan bills that we have passed in this House, including background checks and the Violence Against Women Act. Our children are watching. Thank you, and I yield back."
For what purpose does the gentlelady from Washington seek recognition?
No low bond this time, no quick release. He stayed in custody. As the case moved forward, more details about his past came into focus. Previous violent charges, assaults, probation, and still, he had been allowed back out just days before the shooting. Make it make sense. Years passed as the case moved through the system. Court dates, delays, motions. The family sat through all of it, waiting. Eventually, he took a plea, guilty, 2 murder counts connected to the sisters, and additional time tied to the other case. The sentence ensured one thing: he would spend the rest of his life behind bars, no coming back out. For the family, it wasn't about relief. It wasn't closure. It was certainty, knowing he wouldn't be free again. That's all they could hold on to. But even with that, questions never really went away. How did he get into that dorm? How did he reach that floor? What failed along the way? The family pushed for answers, not just for themselves, but for anyone else trusting those same systems. Because this wasn't just about one man's actions, it was about everything that allowed him to get that far. And in the middle of it all, a child survived. One day, he'll grow up and ask questions about his mother, about that day, about why, and those answers may never fully come. 2 sisters, 1 decision, and a system that didn't move fast enough. Thank you for watching this episode of Gridline Crimes. If you found this story interesting, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new case. Your support helps us continue bringing you real crime stories, detailed investigations, and gripping cases from around the world. Let me know your thoughts about this case in the comments below. And remember, the truth always leaves a trail. See you in the next episode of Gridline Crimes.